Welcome to Timber Talk, featuring the Timber Team Spotlight.
Today's guest, Communications and Compliance Officer Jay Edmiston.
And now, here is your host of Timber Talk, Mr. Tommy Timber.
Timber Talk, the show that brings you up close and personal with the amazing staff we have right here at Timberland Federal Credit Union. I'm your host, Tommy Timber, and I gotta tell you, it has been absolutely banana lands here at Timberland Federal Credit Union the past few weeks. We're hot off the heels of our 49th annual meeting held in Pleasant Gap. We have an all-new board of directors in place. We are getting ready to roll into Dogs for a Cause season. That's right, back for a third year. Our Dogs for a Cause event goes to benefit the Children's Miracle Network and Penn State Children's Hospital Hershey. All new this year, we have the Fundraising Championship. That's right, the title is on the line. The community that raises the most money will be crowned the champion. Pleasant Gap has won 2 years in a row. Is anybody ready to knock them off the throne, or does the Gap go back to back to back? Plus, all this stuff going on, we've got a new team member shortly debuting here at Timberland Federal Credit Union. I've been trying like crazy to crack the case on this thing. Haven't gotten it yet, but I promise you, as soon as it happens, you'll be the first to know. Don't forget, too, it's also time to spring into savings. That is right, our brand new home equity loan, 10 years at 2.49% APR. Lock it in now, folks. Rates are going up. This is the perfect time to secure those extra funds you need. Whether it's home improvements, whether it's debt consolidation, whether you just need it for emergencies, we've got to hear our Spring into Savings promo. I feel like I'm missing so much because it's been so crazy. Speaking of crazy, we're just coming off of our last episode where we scored an exclusive one-on-one sit-down with the president and CEO of Timberland Federal Credit Union, Joel Sleggin. If you caught that episode, he promised us he was going to bring us a big guest for our next one, and he did not disappoint. This guy is the Communications and Compliance Officer here at Timberland Federal Credit Union. He dabbles in BSA, he dabbles in marketing, he dabbles in communication. He loves being out and about in the community. And on top of all that, he still finds time somehow to be an executive producer on this show right here at Timber Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I introduce to you Communications and Compliance Officer Jay Edmiston.
Great to have you. We've been hounding Joel to try to get you on the show, so it's we're excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. I'm used to working kind of behind the scenes on the show with you every episode, so it's an interesting perspective here to be in front of the camera.
Yeah, well, we're excited to have you. Let's just get right into it. Let's get to know you, a little bit about yourself, that sort of thing. So where are you from?
Yeah, absolutely, Tommy. Unlike a lot of the previous guests that we've had on the show before, I am not originally from the area. I'm actually from a small town in the Midwest. You may have heard of it, Cleveland, Ohio. And bounced around a little bit as a kid. Spent some time in Pittsburgh. Lived in Erie for a bit, and we made our way here, kind of my early teens, to take care of family. Settled down, kind of started a life, and here we are today.
Jay, we know kind of about what you do here. BSA officer, communications officer, volunteer of the year multiple times. Yeah. I think you're three years running here.
Before, but
gotcha.
Who's counting?
I mean, so what kind of jobs did you have before Timberland, and then once you did get here, what all kind of roles have you done with us?
Sure. Well, Tommy, I haven't had a ton of jobs in my life, but I started early. I got my first job when I was about 14 years old. I actually worked in radio, which sounds really glamorous until you realize I was basically a mascot. So depending on the gig, I was either a giant beaver or a giant frog. But from there, I kind of moved on. I did some production work on the AM side for sporting events. I had my own show on the FM side, kind of a cool gig for a high school kid. But then after that, I've done everything from selling knives door to door for one day, to selling cell phones in a mall, to working at different financial institutions. So, I was with one of the big banks, as they like to say, before coming to Timberland, and I wasn't really looking for anything per se. Just kind of had a chance meeting with a guy that the audience, I'm sure you know, Joel Slegan, our current CEO. He kind of hounded me for a little bit to just sit down and talk with him, and finally met the guy for lunch. Had a really good conversation. Actually, I was accepting a job with Timberland when they opened up the Pleasant Gap branch. So kind of a scary thing at the time, but definitely one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. And I originally came on as a loan officer, so I was doing the lending stuff. It was fun, but just not quite my cup of tea. And next thing you know, a position in marketing opened up. So I kind of jumped into that, and it's just sort of evolved from there. I've gotten into compliance, I've gotten into BSA, still doing the marketing, doing communications, doing all that kind of stuff. So basically, I just kind of like to be that Swiss Army knife. Whatever they need, I'm here for.
So Jay, you've been here about 4 years now. A lot can change in 4 years. What changes have you seen at Timberland Federal Credit Union in the time you've been here?
Wow, that's a good question, Tommy. I almost don't even know where to start. It's basically like an entirely different credit union since I've started here. We've seen so many changes. The biggest, obviously, being our new president CEO, Joel Slegan, who's been at the helm for a few years now, and just kind of 180'd the whole place. We went from just being a very stagnant organization to, pretty much on a rocket ship to the moon at this point. So we've taken some risks. We've taken our hits, but we've had plenty of huge rewards on the end of that as well. The only way you're gonna grow as a business is to take chances. We've done that. We continue to evolve. We continue to grow. But like I said, I think just kind of the key pinnacle moment of all of it was our new president CEO.
Jay, that really is a lot of change in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Change for the better. But there must have been something keeping you here for these past 4 years. What's been the most fun thing about working for Timberland Federal Credit Union?
Sure. I gotta be honest with you, Tommy. There's plenty that has kept me here through thick and thin. You've heard so many of the other guests on the show talk about it's like a family atmosphere. It's not like a job. It's like, coming and hanging out with your friends rather than going to work. And I can definitely echo all that stuff as well. But I'd say one of the big things for me is there is so much open communication here. I started out again as a loan officer, and I evolved into different roles just basically because I stepped up and, brought what I thought was value to the table. And rather than just being shut down or kind of told to stay in my lane, people took those ideas and ran with it. I can't say that about other places I've been. A lot of it, hey, that's great, but that's not your job, so stay out of it. So I love that openness and that willing to take ideas no matter what position you're in, and just really it solidifies that whole team aspect of things. Everybody's input is valued. It's encouraged. And I can say there's not a lot of places that will take input from every level and take it serious and run with it. So I think it's just, you feel so valued here, which is probably easily one of the best things about being a member of the Timber team.
Right. Definitely a testament to the leadership top down.
Yep. Can't ask for any more.
So Jay, now that we know the reasons behind why this is a great place to work, it's fun to work here, let's get into a little bit more about you. We've heard a few things about what you've done here, but can you tell us, what is your proudest accomplishment working here at Timberland?
Yeah. I've actually got two of them that I just want to go over real quick here. The first one, just on a kind of a more personal note for me, is Volunteer of the Year. As we saw at the annual meeting, I did pick up my fourth Volunteer of the Year award in a row. The award's only been around for 4 years, so it's very special to me. There was a lot of meaning behind this most recent one, so it was a very special award. And I think it's awesome that we work at a place that recognizes those people that take their own time to help out in the community. It really is just so much fun.
Right.
that, I love helping out. I love being active in the community. But at the end of the day, it's kind of nice to get a little recognition for it. So 4 times for that is pretty special to me. And really on a kind of a more company-wide thing would be our new scholarship fund that we started this past year. It kind of began as just an idea. And again, it was one of those things. It was Alex Starr who brought up, said, why don't we have a scholarship fund?
Shout out, Alec.
Yeah, and that was something, hey, kudos to Alec for opening up his mouth, because now you look at it, we're going into the first year of awarding scholarships, and it's a special one for me. Obviously, it's the Rachel Edmiston Scholarship. It's named after my late wife, and it's really an honor to be able to give back to kids that need that extra help to go to school. She was someone that education was very important to her, and she fought tooth and nail. She worked multiple jobs to put herself through college and earn a degree. So it's really exciting to be able to, honor her memory and give back to those students that, they have the drive and the determination,
right?
But maybe they just need a little extra help, and it's so cool that Timberland can do something like that.
Yeah, well, congratulations for one.
Thank
for
you.
two,
Thank
you for putting things like that together.
Yeah.
Being a leader on those fronts, and getting out in the community and helping out people that need it.
Absolutely, it's what I love doing.
So a lot to be proud of with your work here at Timberland. Moving away from Jay at Timberland and moving more into Jay at home. Jay, what are some things you like to do when you're not at work?
Yeah, outside of Timberland, I like to stay active. My biggest passion is probably playing hockey. I've been playing since high school. It's something I love to do. It's taken me all over the place. I've played everywhere from, New York, Ohio, Maryland, up into Canada. I'm actually getting ready for a tournament in Columbus this weekend. We got Hershey and Cleveland coming up, so exciting times. But yeah, I love traveling to different cities, meeting new people, kind of sharing those same passions. I also like to get a little dirty sometimes. I'm into the obstacle course racing, so I've done the Spartans, the Savages, things like that. I like to be active and just kind of challenge myself to different things, and just find new ways to kind of push my limits and whatnot. So I like to be active, like to get out there. But I also like my downtime. I like things like, I do the video games, I play with Lego, stuff like that. So, I like to stay busy. I'm not someone that can kind of sit around and do nothing. I gotta be on the move.
Jay, with the hair, I really couldn't tell that you were big into hockey.
Yeah.
Honestly, surprise, I'm shocked.
The lettuce is extra crispy today, just for you, Tommy.
Perfect. Moving away from some hobbies that you're into, back into kind of the community involvement.
Yeah.
What is your favorite community event that you've been a part of?
Man, you're really putting me on the spot here with that one, Tommy. There's so many that I love to do. I know right now we're gearing up, as Joel just talked about last episode, in that kind of exclusive interview we got with him. Dogs for a Cause. Who doesn't like a day just outside grilling hot dogs?
What more can you ask for?
Yeah, that's a solid day of work. You know what I mean? So that's a classic one. I know a lot of people have said the Timber Trivia, which I get to host down at Robin Hood Brewing Company. That's always a blast.
For sure.
It's more of a party than work or anything like that. But one that I've always enjoyed, and we're kind of getting into that time of year again here, is the nights that we have with the State College Spikes baseball team. We have a couple nights every year where we have a table kind of in the concourse. And it's so much fun. We play cornhole with the kids, just getting to see people. You get to be outside, you get a night at the ballpark.
Right.
Again, it's, we call it volunteering and giving your time, but it's so much fun. It's, there's really nowhere else I'd rather be than at events like that.
Yeah.
So the Spike stuff is fun. We have a blast with the community on those. Can't necessarily say it's my favorite, but again, we're getting in that time of year again, so I'm kind of getting pumped up for it.
Right. You're a guy, a lot of accomplishments, a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm.
Those sort of things don't happen by accident. What drives you to become who you are?
Boy, I never really thought about it before, but I guess something that drives me is just trying to be a good person, trying to be, an example for others. I am someone that, maybe in other organizations, I'm not looked at as a high prospect because I didn't go to school or anything like that. Timberland is very big on, show me what you got. They took a chance on me, and I want to show them why this was a good decision to bring me in. I love proving people wrong. I've taken over the marketing role. I have no marketing experience. But if you've paid attention to social media, the website, stuff like that, you'll see my work. Not that it's anything, top tier, but I think for a guy that just has kind of done the mucking and grinding his whole life, I like proving people wrong, and I like showing people, hard work can get you places too. It's not all about, what you know or who you know. It's hard work can still pay off. So it drives me to continue to be successful.
So Jay, you're big on proving the doubters wrong, mucking and grinding, racking up accomplishments, experience, things like that. So bam, you're promoted CEO.
Thank you.
What's the first thing you're doing?
Boy, first big thing I want to do, it's a good question. Never really thought about it because Joel's always kind of been in my way of that spot. So I guess now that I got it, what do I want to do? I think the biggest thing I want to do is I just want to continue to grow us. I want to continue to evolve, get more into the digital products and services that we can offer our members. We have so many great ones. We already have our mobile app, we have mobile deposit, we have Paymoli, P2P payments and things like that. But there's always new stuff coming out. Timberland for a long time was very reactive, and we just kind of waited to see what would happen and how everyone else would deal with it. And then we kind of jumped on board. I'd like to be a lot more proactive in that and just continue to evolve. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll buy a couple credit unions up. Who knows?
There you go. So as CEO, where do you kind of see Timberland in the next 3 to 5 years? Any specifics? What are your dreams?
Boy, just bigger and better than ever. I see us continuing this trajectory that we're on. We have just an amazing lending staff that just continues to pump out record numbers. Shout out to everyone but Jake Styles on that. Yeah. We got some hard workers. We brought in our biggest training class ever, and there are some real gems out there. Just some people that are motivated, ready to work. So I can't see us doing anything but just growing bigger and better than ever. And I'm really excited to see where we go. Again, one of the cool things is I do the orientation for the new hires, and they were so excited about things like community involvement and stuff like that. It's awesome to see that passion coming in. It's awesome to see people excited to work at a place. So,
Jay, it's been great getting to know you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We're getting really close to getting into the lightning round here, but before we do that, is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, obviously I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Dogs for a Cause right now. That's kind of our big thing. We're kicking off here at the beginning of May. We have to date raised in our previous 2 years almost $5,000 for Children's Miracle Network and Penn State Children's Hospital, Hershey.
Pretty incredible.
So yeah, big accomplishment. We're always looking to go bigger and better. We've debuted the new championship belt, currently being held by Pleasant Gap.
You'll see it floating around.
Yes, it will be at all the events. So just some big stuff going on with that. Come on out, support the kids, get some hot dogs. See if your community wants to take that beautiful championship belt from Pleasant Gap. It's up for grabs. It's anybody's ball game this year. I have seen some amazing ideas coming out, so I'm really excited to see what we have going on with that.
I think Du Bois is going to take the cake this year.
I'm excited. Du Bois is the OG branch, so we'll probably look good, especially with all the renovations going on.
I think we got Kelly running the show up here for the Dogs for the Cause. I think she's going to do a great job. I think they're going to take home the belt. Jay, again, can't thank you enough for coming on.
Absolutely.
You know what time it is.
What time is it, Tommy?
It's the lightning round. I'm going to answer you questions. You answer me first thing that pops in your head. Are you ready?
Let's do it, Tommy.
Alrighty. What's your favorite band?
Motley Crue.
Favorite movie?
Rocky.
TV show?
MacGyver.
Okay. Your favorite food?
Pizza.
And your favorite fast food restaurant?
Taco Bell.
Alright. What's your favorite sport?
Ice hockey, baby. Let's go.
We already knew that. What's your favorite cartoon character?
Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life.
Okay. Guilty pleasure?
Ooh, tough one. I'm gonna say either Pink Whitney or Pretzels.
Okay, and your dream job?
Playing in the NHL.
What person would you most like to have dinner with, living or dead?
Joel Sligan. Wait, hold on. Very old.
Okay, what's your secret talent?
I'm very good at belching.
All right. What's your biggest thrill in life?
Got to play hockey at Lake Placid on the same sheet of ice that the Miracle on Ice happened.
And if you could travel anywhere in the world, Jay, where would you go?
Finland.
Folks, we are out of time. This is Tommy Timber, Jay Edmiston. Thanks again for coming on. Folks, pay attention. Watch for our next guest. There we go.